you're the Minister of Defense. Arguably, you have the most credibility out of any ministers to, like, when you're considering the Chinese government looking at us. Your support of their party at this event is kind of damning to our diplomatic position, wouldn't you say? Just a few days ago, Canada's Minister of National Defence attended a celebration for the Communist Party of China. Really, it was a celebration for the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China, a regime born under Chairman Mao, and the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. It's something that really is unthinkable to do as the ranking member, really, under the eyes of the Chinese. The Minister of Defense has the most authority in the Canadian government, next to the Prime Minister, obviously, but attending this celebration is an endorsement of the People's Republic of China at a time when Canada's relationship with the Chinese government has never been worse. It would be crazy to do this at the best of times, but this is the worst of times. 2 Canadians right now are wrongly imprisoned in China, and the Asian dictatorship has put a moratorium on Canadian canola exports, a major blow to our agricultural sector. And on top of that, just yesterday, Beijing loyal police officers actually shot point blank a Hong Kong protester in the chest. And as all of that happens, Canada's Liberal Minister of Defense attended a celebration for their party, their one party, the Communist Party of China. I asked the Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Chrystia Freeland, just yesterday if this was a diplomatic tactic. She had no answer. Hi, Minister, how are you? Keean Bexte with the Rebel. I just wanted to ask you quickly, do you think that it was a diplomatic tactic for Minister Sajjan to go to a pro-Communist Party rally earlier this week? What would you say about that? Was it a diplomatic tactic? Today, I'm at an aerospace conference in Vancouver, and Harjit Sajjan is just in the room right behind me. As he leaves, I'm going to be asking him some very frank questions. Hi, Minister. I'm wondering if you could tell me if you think it's appropriate.
Thanks again.
Sorry, do you think it's appropriate?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll walk with you.
Thank you.
Do you think it's appropriate to be attending a celebration for the Communist Party of China while we have two Canadians imprisoned there in gulags? Hi there. So would you be able to tell me, is it appropriate for you to be attending this celebration of the Communist Party while 2 Canadians are imprisoned in gulags at that country? Sorry, you're the Minister of Defense. Arguably, you have the most credibility out of any ministers to, like, when you're considering the Chinese government looking at us. Your support of their party at this event is kind of damning to our diplomatic position, wouldn't you say? Was it approved by the government, or was it a campaign stunt? Minister, please, these are simple questions. Was it approved by the government?
Which parking lot? 3.
God, you're an asshole. They're not going to leave you. It goes 3, 4, 5, so. You have to let me out of the elevator.
So, where are you trying to go?
You have to let me out of the elevator.
Out of where?
You can't hold me.
I didn't go past that. Are you pushing me?
Sorry, Minister, if you could just answer the questions.
Excuse me.
Was it approved by the government or not? Was it approved by the government? Or was this a campaign stunt?
I got it.
Oh, you need a new belt. I wasn't wasn't planning on filming a close to this video. I was going to let the minister's comments stand on their own, his defense for his attendance at this Communist Party event here in Vancouver. Although I feel like I need to comment now on what just happened. The Liberal Party staffer physically held me in multiple places. I was jumping over furniture to catch up with the minister. He held me from getting into the elevator, fine. I took the next elevator, but when I got in that elevator, he physically restrained me in a confined space so that I could not speak to Canada's Minister of Defence and ask him very valid questions that have been reported on in the mainstream media. This is the state of journalism in Canada right now. You're either bought and paid for and you work for the CBC or the rest of the mainstream media, or you're on the front lines and you're getting pushed around and physically restrained by Liberal Party staffers so that we can't do our job. This isn't acceptable anywhere else in the democratic first world. But for some reason, it's happening here in Canada. The more we let this happen, the more we just stand aside and act like it was no big deal, the more it's going to happen and the worse this situation is going to get. Media is dying in this country, and it is because of the conduct of the Liberal Party of Canada. For Rebel News, I'm Keean Bexte. Thanks for watching our campaign coverage. You can go to campaign2019.com to watch more of it, and if you want to pitch in, our efforts during this election are 100% Rebel donor funded. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, and your help is very appreciated.